Welcome back. Today is the last lecture of our mean and month stack application development, and that lecture is related to Redux, using the Redux into our React application. Before starting to implement Redux into our React application, it is better to understand that what a Redux is and what is a Flux model on which a Redux works. Basically, before this, our whole application can be built using React and states. We can skip Redux altogether from the application. Redux is an extra facility that helps you to manage the states. So let's start. The first thing is the Flux framework. Flux framework is a unidirectional work in which the dispatcher processes one action at a time. Action is propagated to all stores before the views are changed. Means in a Flux architecture, you can have multiple stores where a dispatcher dispatch an action, and according to that action, new information or new state will be released and that can be viewed. This is basically what the Flux model is all about. If a view needs to update something, it generates a new action, and on the basis of that action, again the dispatcher will work and update the store accordingly, or get some information from the store accordingly. This is the actual Flux model. And keeping in view, there are three major points: the actions, dispatchers, and the store. On these three principles, the our basically Flux model works. This is basically a one-way rendering. In Redux, open source, it is a basically open source JavaScript library designed for managing application states. Like without states, every element, every component can have information and can pass information to other components, and this component has to pass information to this component has to pass into this information state information to this and this, and the information has to be passed from one component to another component. You have to manage these all passing of information using props or states, etc. In when you are using Redux, what is the difference? The information is only into the store, and every information will be passed from this store to the components. The components will not pass the information to each other. So that is the basic difference. Here you have to manage the states and props as your own application, and here the props the states have been saved by the store and passed as a prop to every component wherever it is required. The actual definition from the Redux website: Redux is a predictable state container for JavaScript apps. So it is actually predictable. Predictable means a state changes follows the three principles of Redux and state, basically the application data, including data related to the UI itself. So predictable states means the well-known principle-based state modification or a generation of a new state. Then the container Redux is the actually a container as a store which saves the states and provides a new state against a pure reducer function. Redux has been designed for JavaScript application specifically. So you can use with React, you can use with Angular, or you can use with Ember, etc. What is the difference between Flux and React Redux? Actually, Flux is in the Flux architecture, you can have multiple stores, but in Redux you should have only one store. So the Flux differentiate between the dispatcher and store. There is because Flux supports multiple stores, while Redux limits the application to one store, which means the store and dispatcher can be combined into one dispatcher store. So or you can combine the dispatcher and submit the information to the store. So there is only one source of truth, and that is your store. This dispatcher store is created by Redux create store method. So when I need to apply Redux into my application, it depends if your data flow is complex, if there is so many information exchange between the components, there is non-hierarchical data into your application, there are many actions that has to be performed, and same data used in multiple places. If these are true, then you need to apply Redux into your application. Redux is used to manage state in JavaScript application, uh, which are very challenging. Redux implies the predictable state changes, and execution of application is an initial state followed by a series of action. Every action creates a new state. Every action reduces the state to a new predictable state to which the application user interface transitions. A state container, known as a store, contains the reduction logic, implements as pure function as well as the last reduced current state. So actually, Redux does not override the state. It basically creates a new state. So it replicates the states every time there is any action onto that state. What are the three basic principles of Redux? There are basically single source of truth, that is actually your store into Redux. The first principle is single source of truth. Second, state is read only. You cannot change the state. You cannot write the state in new information to the state, but you can create a new state instead of overwriting the state. Because the state is read only, it basically create a new state and send back that new state. And all these changes are made through a pure function. We will see what is the pure function and what is the impure function. The first thing is single source of truth. Following the pattern of flux, all data flows through a Redux system in a unidirectional manner. All changes to the state comes from actions applied to the state, and all actions are funneled into the Redux. No part of the system can ever receive data from two sources. So there is only single source, and that is your store. Additionally, the state managed by Redux is the state of the whole application, not a specific component state. Any state, for example, name of the employees, if name of the employees yeah, one name of the employee or designation of the employee is in a state, so that designation will be available to every component. That will be symmetric. State is read only. State can never be mutated. You cannot change the state. New states are produced by applying an action to the current state, known as reduction, from which a new state object is produced, but old state will remain there. A mutable programming technique needs to be utilized in this case. So the state is only read only. You can read the state, you can create a new state from that state. Changes are made with the pure function. Pure functions accept inputs and using only those input provides produce a single output. So keep in mind, pure functions accepts inputs and using only those inputs produce a single output. There will be no network connectivity, there will be no IO in that function. There will be no a trivial logic into that function. That will be a pure function. The function produce no side effect. Many pure functions can be composed together to work process different parts of the state tree. So these are the three basically methods, three principles on which Redux works: your store, your action triggered changes, and reducers that updates the state. Your actions, just like rate course and a rating, this is basically your action in Redux. Your reducer is a function, pure function, which converts, which take a case like action type. The type is rate course. If it is a rate course, you will provide a new state against that. This is a pure function. And last thing, React, via React Redux, it will be notified using React Redux. So same concept of Flux. You can see action, reducers, and reducers call to the store provides the state to the view can call also of any action, and against that action reducer will be called, and it will alternatively call that store. So same concept is there. State actions, new states. Current state is the store in the store, and it will be action will be applied to it. Simple serializable object, no method, action will be applied. And reducer is a function, pure function, no internal states. Reducer will be applied, and new state will replace current state in the store. So actually new state will be our current state. Both actions and states can be recorded. Debugging undo. So this is an example. You can see constant, there is we have declared defined a constant increment action. We have defined a reducer function which take a state and action, and against that type counter action, switch type. It has applied that switch on type. If the action is increment action, then it takes the state with the spread function, shallow copy, makes a copy of the state, current state, and add the counter into it. You know, this is array concatenation. In we have seen in our last lecture, we have actually added a new state with incremented counter. So, and we are returning the new state. Initial state, counter 1 0, counter 2 0. Store, we are creating the store with the reducer. Store is always comes with the initial state and a reducer function. And then we are dispatching an event, basically this dispatching an action, and that action is actually increment action. Increment action, whenever it will come to the reducer, it will increment a counter and will pass us the new value. This is a simple example of Redux. We will see step-by-step implementation of this reducer also, or this Redux also. State immutability. New state is produced with every action. Simplifies snapshotting, saving, restoring, simplifying change detections, raise issue of efficiencies, shallow copies, shared references. You can roll back to the previous state, etc. So Redux provides you an immutable state transitions. State modifications, new objects, and against that the new information will be provided to you. This is what a mutating state, and this is not mutating state. Immutable states, if we have state name Ivan and role is the developer, state.role admin. Now the state will contain name Ivan and role as admin. So we have mutated the role. In this case, if the current state is Ivan and role is developer, we are returning a new state with actually the name is equal to Ivan and role is equal to admin. So this is another state, this is another copy of the state. So it has two different states. This is the previous state, this is the new state. So it contains the both states. While in this case, this state has been updated accordingly. This is the difference between immutability and mutability. This is again, you can see here the processing with which it is applying the new state. Next concept is basically Redux store. Redux store is the single source of truth. How to create that Redux store? Simply create store is the command. Create store is the function with which you can create the store. Holds the current state value. Supplies three methods: dispatch. With it you can apply the dispatch, any action to it, state update with the provided action. Get state returns the current stored state value. Subscribe accepts a callback function that will be run every time an action is dispatched. So you can subscribe whenever you dispatch any information, and you can return the new state, get the new state. This is the store function. So here you can see it visually. Constant store, create store, reducer. uh, there are two parameters to this create store. First is the reducer function, and second is basically your initial state. So you can define the initial states and you can define the reducer. The store can dispatch a function with the action. You can dispatch to the store an action. You can subscribe to the store to listen the output. You can get the current state from the store, and you can replace the reducer into it. Same actions are the payload of information that send data from your application to the store, done through store.dispatch. Plain.js object that must have a type property that indicates the type of the action to be performed, best supported by defining action types as string constants. Rest of the object contain the data necessary for the action payload. So basically this dispatch contains two information. One is the type, our action type, and second is the payload or data which needs to be changes accordingly. Then we have action creators, functions that create actions. Encapsulate the process of creating the action objects. Returns the action objects. Resulting objects, resulting action objects can be passed to the store through dispatch. So I will show you in code. This redux action is type rate course, and rating is equal to rating. The user, whatever the rating user has provided. Action constant, export constant rate course is equal to rate course. We have exported this constant. Now action creator, which we have seen in last slide, what it is doing, it is a function rate course rating. It is passing the rating, and it is calling basically action reduce redux action against that basically rating. So this rating has been passed to this action redux action in the action creator. Now the reducer should be able to take the provided previous state and actions and return next state. Do not mutate the state. Make a copy and modify the copy before returning it. So it is a basically immutable process, immutable states. No state will be updated, but a new state will be returned on against on each request. So a reducer, as it is a read only, so reducer will check, apply the switch on the type. If the user is requesting to increment counter, it will increment counter in count and provide the return back, and that will be a new state by default. As we have discussed, it is a pure function like square x. If we provide the x, it will just calculate on the x into x, and will return us the x square or square all. These are all the pure functions. What could be the impure functions? If we have to access the database into the function IO, then this function will be impure. If we have to find the length of the items and then find the square or some x variable or I variable which is not the part of this basically input, so all this type of process is basically impure function, which does not rely on the input variable only, but other variables also. So in that cases, these are all immutable, impure functions. So by default, reducer should be a pure function, should not be an impure function, else it will not be a reducer. You can split the reducers and you can combine the reducers. You can write few functions here, you can write few functions in another file, in other reducer, and you can combine those all. So like for example, I can write one function or one switch statements into one reducer, and in other, and in third into another, and then I can combine all these reducers into one store. Then we have React Redux, that is a connector which is basically connects the Redux store to our React application and provides the information to our React application. That is called the React Redux connector. So we will use also. React with Redux use the React Redux package for binding between React and Redux. It has a connect method which connects basically the React with the Redux and provides you all the information. It has a provider, it has the connect. We will see the all examples. It have few functions with it also. Two optional arguments. Connect has map state to props, called every time store state changes. Returns an object full of data with each field being a prop for the wrapping component. Actually, it converts the states of your store as a props to your component. So now we can access every state of store as a prop of our component by using calling this method. And same map dispatch to props receives the dispatch methods and should return an object full of functions that use dispatch. So it is alternatively calling to the React Redux store. In the next part, we will see an implementation steps by step of Redux into our application. So let's meet in our next part. Thank you.